Coach, thank you for taking time with us at Off the Block blog, especially after a tough 5-set loss. You guys came out strong tonight. What were your initial impressions of the match?
I thought, we didn't really know what to expect from Pepperdine. We obviously watched them play Vancouver Island and some, matches last season, but obviously the personnel is different, and we really kind of just focused on us, trying to work on what we've been working on in this preseason. The boys came back on the 26th, and just really just worry about us at this point in time. So.
Can you take us into the match itself? It seemed like you guys came out strong. Obviously, took the first 2 sets. What was the key to taking the first 2 sets?
They played loose. We started out kind of tight at the beginning, but the fact that they played loose and they were playing smart volleyball at that point in time, like you can't bounce balls. You have to be disciplined defensively and the, kind of the fundamentals, and they capitalized on that early. But I knew that a team like Pepperdine, they weren't just gonna kind of lay down and roll over. And I think the guys were kind of prepared for that. Maybe not in set 3, but set 4, they kind of regrouped again after that.
Starting off, it seemed like you had a 3-prong attack, but down the stretch, Malik Walker had a unbelievable run. I think he ended up with over 20 kills on the night. Can you comment on his performance tonight?
Malik has worked extremely hard over these past 3 seasons on not just his physical game, but his mental game. He really started finding his groove at the end of last season, and he's worked extremely hard with his peers and other great volleyball players to really step his game up. And he's one of our captains, and especially a leader for us that the guys kind of rally around. So the fact that he had such a great performance on the opening match of the season means something that's really promising going forward, heading into conference play.
Obviously, Pepperdine took the last 3 sets. What adjustments did they make that you were not able to counter?
Dave, number 19, the outside, we just couldn't stop him. We tried to make some defensive adjustments, and that's something that, this early that we obviously we're going to work on, but he really got on fire and, was in the zone for that moment. And we really were trying to focus on, our offensive transition part of the game and slowing him down. And obviously scoring when he's, in the back row, that's just definitely something that we didn't do great towards the end of the stretch. And we made a few, minor errors, but definitely he came off the bench and gave them a spark and some belief going into sets 3, 4, and 5.
This weekend you'll be headed off to Santa Barbara for a couple matches. Can you preview those matches for us?
Yeah, it's going to be definitely exciting. The guys definitely believed 4 years ago, they're still here, that we're going to do something special, and they continue to play this way throughout the season. I see a lot of big things for us. This weekend, Long Beach, Santa Barbara on Friday, and then Stanford on Saturday. They're not going to be any easy matches at all. You can't take any breaks. I worked them pretty hard in the preseason, so I kind of challenged them that fact of, are we in good physical volleyball shape to compete with these top-level teams, these nationally ranked teams for that matter. But it's going to be exciting. We're going to play some pretty good volleyball this weekend.
You mentioned the senior class. This is the class that you brought in when you started the program, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about the senior class and also talk about how starting this program came about?
I was the women's assistant for 2 seasons, and McKendree has 36 sports, and we've grown from then. And they knew I had a little men's volleyball background, and they're like, well, let's start a club team. And then once they realized what level it could go to, I was like, all right, let's apply for membership for the MIVA. We got in, and these guys, this group is not just the seniors, but this group is very special to me. It's very near and dear to my heart that they kind of believe in what I was doing, because we were definitely getting kicked around the first 2 years, and we kind of made a spark year 3, and they've, I guess, would say have arrived as seniors because they didn't have to believe in what I was doing, and they did. And a lot of people put a lot of work in that may not be with programs still to get us where we are. So I couldn't say anything more about this group. It's definitely special group.
You're also the women's coach, so can you tell us about the struggles that you have in being the men's volleyball coach, that you don't have the off season that other men's volleyball coaches have?
Luckily, I really love my job. I have obviously all the kids I recruit, and I have a great staff. They take great care of me as far as making sure that we all have some work-life balance. That the downside is that we don't necessarily get a jump on recruiting as the other guys are out and they're out and about all the time. We have to pick and choose our moments of where we need to be. But there's a lot more benefits than there are cons about coaching both teams. The women's team, they train the exact same way. We run a BIC, they hit a D ball. We do the exact same thing. It's a really big cohesive group. Let's just say I have 40 children. They're not kids, but I have 40, children I'm trying to teach in the volleyball light, and they're fairly close. So I don't know how interesting it would be if there was two separate coaches, because it's seamless. It's very seamless movements. I think the time constraints of trying to recruit at a high level and being successful on both ends. I think that's the only thing. But I want to make sure that they're both feel equally as loved as one another. So, I hope they do. I think they do. But I think that's it. It's really just the time, making sure that they both feel they're getting the best of me, and I try to give them the best of me.
Two more questions. Have you treated the players out to In-N-Out yet?
No, we have not gone to In-N-Out, and I've heard all about it. We are going to Chipotle after this. So we'll see if that stop happens. They've ate pretty well since we've been here, but I know we'll have to get In-N-Out before we leave.
And final question. You guys beat Ball State in the first round of the Amoeba tournament, and obviously that was quite an achievement in itself. What are your expectations for the team this season?
We've set out, several different goals over the course of the program. One, to win our first conference match. We did that. We beat our first ranked opponent. Make it to the Amoeba tournament in year 3. Now we're going to host a Amoeba match. Amoeba is a very tough conference, but I know the guys are hungry. They train hard. They work hard, out of the gym. I think if they keep the belief going and play consistently and hopefully stay confident, we'll see how the season goes. But that's definitely a goal of ours, is to host and then obviously go from there.
Well, thank you for taking time with us, and best of luck in Santa Barbara and the rest of the season.
Thank you.